Hello, I'm Steve Shaw, National Coordinator of Football Officials and Secretary of Rules Editor for the NCAA. And today we're continuing our series of training videos for 2024, and we're going to be focused on game action from Week 10. Now, before we get into our plays, a couple things from an officiating perspective. Number one, we've got to do a great job working with our ball personnel. Let's make sure they understand they're part of our crew. Let's do a great job when we meet with them before the game, making sure they understand all their duties and how they are to conduct themselves during the game. That is so important to great game flow. Also, we've got to continue to do a great job in the player safety rules. A quick update on targeting. We're averaging in FBS 0.16 targeting fouls enforced per game. And that's really where we ended last year. That's one targeting foul in every 6 games. So that's really good. Our players are really adjusting. The targeting rule is working well, but we've got to continue to do our job. Now, finally, one other quick update on our game flow. In FBS, we're averaging 175.5 plays per game, and that's down about a half a play per game from last year, and that's down 5 plays per game from 2022 when we initiated our new first down timing rules. But even though plays per game are going down, scoring is up. We're averaging 56.9 points per game in FBS, and that's up almost 1 point per game over last year. And our game time is averaging 3 hours and 20 minutes. That's right between our last 2 years' averages. So we're going to continue to look at what are the trends, the drivers that are creating plays down in our game, but scoring up. So with that, let's get on into our plays. Our first play this week is a reminder to all back judges, make sure on every down we're vigilant of the play clock. So the offense has 3rd and 1. The line judge is going to come in with a spot. It's very tight, but we're going to award a first down. But the offense is going to get penalized in this dead ball period for a delay of game. Now, it's one of those situations that they just doesn't feel right. It's a short window, and you can see the coach talking about the play clock to the wing official. He wanted it reset. And as we go back and take a look, we see that the play clock is set to 25, not 40, just after the first down spot, and the play clock starts. So back judges, make sure we complete all of our on-field duties first, observe any dead ball action that might need your attention, but find a window to quickly observe the play clock, and if it doesn't start properly, let's make sure we correct it. Play 2, the quarterback's going to take a high snap. He rolls right. He's under heavy duress quickly. He's going to throw the ball back to a lineman, an ineligible receiver, and ultimately the ball hits the ground. The defense recovers, and the crew is going to get together to discuss the play. And we do a good job while we're talking this of getting players away from the discussion. That's always good. And we're going to get a good announcement from our referee.
The ruling on the field is the ball was thrown and caught by number 58. He then fumbles the ball, and the ball is recovered by number 13.
Gavin Willis does it again.
Yep, Gavin Willis.
Now, as we go back and take a look at the play, we see that the pass is to number 68. He completes the catch, and then he fumbles. He really just drops the ball, and the defense is going to recover. So this is a good job by the crew to sort this out and to include the grounding in the penalty announcement. And that's important for replay as they determine catch, no catch if potentially the quarterback's knee was down. But ultimately, the call stands. Good work here. Play 3, the offense lines up at the 8. They've got 4th and 6 with the line to gain at the 2, and they're going to attempt to kick a field goal. Now, the kick is good, but we're going to get a flag down from our center judge on the play. And as we go back and take a look at the action of number 15 of the defense, we see that he moves forward, he tries to block the kick, and really 2 potential rules come in on this play. We know that no defensive player in an attempt to gain an advantage may step, jump, or stand on an opponent. And that's a personal foul for leverage, and that's what we called here. But also, if the players align more than 1 yard from the line of scrimmage, they can't move forward to try to block the kick by leaping into the plane above the frame of the body of an opponent. So 15 really did both, but it was a correct call for leverage, but it could have been leaping as well. Now, we know that the kicking team, they can keep the 3 points and have the penalty enforced on the succeeding kickoff, but they decide here to take the penalty, take the 3 points off the board, half the distance to the goal, automatic first down. Play 4 is going to be a great example of one of our editorial changes for this year that allows replay to now come in when a passer is ruled down or out of bounds. Now we see the quarterback, he drops, he gets pressure early, he scrambles toward the boundary, and he just throws the ball away. But the headline judge is going to rule him out of bounds right about the 16-yard line. And as we go back and take a look at the replays, we see that the quarterback, he does manage to somehow get the pass off just before going out of bounds. And we see that the ball, it's going to cross the neutral zone extended out of bounds. So there's no foul for grounding here. And replay comes in. They're going to overturn this to an incomplete pass. The 8+ yards matter here. So it's going to be 4th down at the previous spot for the offense. Ultimately, really good work on this play. Play 5, the offense is at the 13 going in. The quarterback's going to take the snap. He moves forward, keeps the ball, breaks down the left sideline. The side judge is in perfect position at the goal line, and the ruling on the field is going to be touchdown. Now, as we go back and take a look, the runner, he stays in bounds, but clearly the defender knocks the ball out just short of the goal line. The ball stays in bounds. It passes over just inside the pylon and then rolls out of bounds out the side of the end zone. Now, replay is going to stop the game. There's no question the ball is fumbled here in the field of play, so we know there's no touchdown. And replay, they can confirm that the ball passes just over slightly inside the pylon. It's a forward fumble into the end zone that is declared out of bounds behind the goal line. So the result is a touchback. As we know, the defense is going to get the ball 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now, this is a tough call on the field. Good job by replay to come in and get this sorted out. Play 6 is a good example of our new coach-to-player rule that allows communications to only one player on the field for each team at a time. Only one player can have the green dot helmet. And we've done a good job about being alert for multiple green dot helmets, but it also requires active helmet management from our teams. Now, as we look at this play, number 10 is the primary quarterback. He has the green dot, and they're going to substitute into the backfield number 7, who is the backup quarterback. Now, ultimately, they shift number 20 into the backfield. They're going to hand off to him. So number 7 as the backup quarterback, he was just a decoy, or maybe they were setting up something for later. But when number 7 goes back out of the game, we can see that there's no green dot on his helmet. That's proper. But the attendant who's responsible for the helmet management gives back number 7 his green dot helmet so he can keep up with play calls in the team area while he's out of the game, and he's ready if he's got to go back in to replace number 10 on the field. So helmet management is important for our teams, but let's stay alert to these green dots. Play 7, we're near the end of the first half. It's 2nd and 1 with the clock running. Quarterback's going to drop back, then he takes off running. He's going to make the line to gain. He slides, but the clock goes to 0. Now, the crew on the field discusses this. We also see the coach, he wants time back on the clock. And we quickly and efficiently decide we're going to put 2 seconds back on the clock. All that was directed from the field. And we get an announcement from our referee.
Here's the clock is wound.
2 seconds on the game clock. 2 seconds.
Now, after the announcement, the referee is very patient before restarting the clock, but the offense doesn't react properly, and the clock is going to run out. This was handled well on the field, but referees, consider adding to your announcement when you state that we're resetting the game clock to 2 seconds, add, and the clock will start on the ready for play. Even after we've told the coach and the quarterback, this will reinforce the clock status and let everyone know. One final note for crew discussion in your pregame: if the clock goes to 0, we know replay could add time back if there were at least 3 seconds, but we can't add 2 or 1. But as we see the quarterback's backside lowered here, there are 3 seconds remaining. So replay could have come in and added 3 seconds if this were not handled on the field. So good discussion for replay on-field coordination. Our last play this week, there are 2 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. The offense is down 1 point. The quarterback's going to drop back, throws across the middle. The receiver makes the catch, laterals to number 11 coming across, and he's hit hard by defender number 25. And we're going to get 2 flags down from the crew, one from the umpire, one from the side judge, for targeting. Now, we see that time has expired in the game, but we all know that if we have an accepted penalty in the last time down, we're going to extend the fourth quarter. Now, replay comes in and takes a look, and the first thing we have to determine is number 11 a defenseless player. And even though the pass is backward, the receiver is hit just as he's completing the catch. He doesn't have time to protect himself. He's not yet transitioned to a ball carrier, so he's definitely defenseless. The defender lowers his head and attacks the defenseless receiver and makes forcible contact to the head of his opponent. Replay can confirm all aspects of this targeting foul. Number 25 is disqualified, and after the 15-yard penalty, the offense gets one untimed down as we extend the fourth quarter. Good job on the field, good job in replay. Well, that's it for our plays this week, and now we're into the grind of the season. We have to work every week to make sure we're mentally and physically ready to work the game. So let's do that. And we want quality fouls, make it be there, nothing technical. Make sure that we're good dead ball officials. That's important as we get deeper into the season. And excellent communications with our coaches. That is so important. Let's use our winning words and also good communications within the crew, not only on field, but on field to replay and vice versa. And let's make sure we display our integrity, courage, and poise. That will get us through every game. Keep hustling and best of luck.